So, guys, what's going on? So, here's something that came out the other day, and it's something that we always knew. They are farms, phone farms, and they are hundreds of phones that are connected. They have, all the apps in them. Now they have a built-in AI, and let's say you're on like, Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, and what these phones do is they post content. They will have conversations with you. They'll argue with you. They can be set to, post a certain message or propaganda. They'll also set that if, let's say, somebody that's very popular, an influencer, posts something, they'll be like the first post. Like you post whatever you post, right away you get a comment. It's usually one of these phones. Now, they used to say that these phones were always in China. Now, these phone farms, they're saying, are in the United States. Like you may have like your local, phone carrier or phone repair shop in your neighborhood or your town. And, in the back of this phone repair shop or whatever you want to call it, they have a whole phone farm set up with, three or 400 phones. And now with the AI, the phone could have like a conversation. The phone could fight back with you. The phone can be set to uh, promote a certain message or item, whatever you want to call it. It can promote or say certain things. It has the ability to go back and forth with you. So you may write whatever you write. The sky is blue, and the phone is set to uh, discuss and defend that the sky is green, whatever the message is, and it can go back and forth. So you may think you're talking to another human, but it's a good chance you may be just going back and forth with another phone, an empty phone. uh, and somebody posted a video and some pictures from a phone bank or a phone farm that they worked at, and it's something that now you wouldn't even know the post itself, because it could be posting. So something could be posted, and then people could be having a conversation on this post, and the whole thing could be fake. So the original post of I like waffles, and then somebody on the back could be like, yeah, I love waffles too, and then there could be a conversation going on, for 1,000 posts, and none of it's real. It's all made up in a phone bank, and in phones talking back and forth to each other, and that's kind of what you have now. So you're not really sure what is real. There was a story the other day. I don't have it. I should post it, where it was Sam Altman, and what he was saying was he felt that about 50% of all the posts you see. Now, Sam Altman is the guy from ChatGPT, and he was saying that 50% of all the posts you see, he felt were made up, fake, like a phone bot type of post, where it was a phone or an AI basically posting whatever the post was. I love waffles, and then all of the other responses under that were fake. And then you might see that and write something, and then somebody may respond to you, and the whole thing is fake. So that is big because it goes into uh, these phones, or whoever's controlling these phones, spreading propaganda, uh, doing things politically, all sorts of different angles, I guess you can go with. I mean, if you want to advertise something, right, you have your business, maybe you have your waffle business, and you could pay one of these phone farms to, just promote and talk about, whatever businesses you're in. That's something else that they do. So this is something that came out. I find it interesting. Hundreds of phones, and the websites like a Facebook and a Twitter and an Instagram and a TikTok, they kind of know that a lot, when they're able to detect when something is kind of artificially placed and it's a fake conversation going back and forth. I guess they have the technology, they can see it, and they kind of just allow it at this point. because I guess it would look like they don't have as many users. Because if you have 1,000 phones, in a phone farm, that's 1,000 users, right? So now you may say, oh, look, my Instagram, has, 1 million users. Well, half of them might be fake, but Instagram is not going to really do anything about that. I guess they kind of say they will or they won't. It also goes good for these for the advertisement. Instagram could say, look, we have 50 million users. I don't know what the number is. I'm using it as an example. 50 million users on our platform. Even though a large portion, a half, might be fake, they'll sell it to advertise. We have 50 million users. This is what we can charge, because 50 million users sounds a lot better than 20 million, right? So they'll get more money. But that's kind of how it's worked. So that's what you have. So next time you're on the internet and you're fighting back and forth with somebody, and it seems like the conversation never stops, or the fighting never stops, or whatever you want to call it, just keeps going on and on. It could be that you're fighting with a phone, or you're fighting with a phone farm, and that's it. So, like I said, we've always known about this. The big thing was that this was in China where they did these phone farms. Then you heard that Russia actually had things like this, but now the United States has it, and it could be right in the back of your local phone repair shop that might be right up the block from your house. You may see the store and it looks like nobody's going in there because who's getting their phone repaired. Meanwhile, he might have 1,000 phones in that back room, and they're all like fighting with people on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or Facebook or whatever the website is. And that is it. So, you can read more about this and go into more depth. But if you know anything more about this, please leave a comment below. I love to read your comment. It might be a bot comment. Who knows? And that's fine. If you're a bot and you're an AI and you like this video and you're doing this and know something about this, leave a comment. But that is it. So with that being said, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's staying safe. And the other thing with these phones is, I think I said it before, is if you post something or you see a popular influencer posted, they're able to post like the first comment, like right away. They're like locked into pick whoever a big influencer is, and that influencer posts a video or whatever, a picture or something, then right off the bat somebody writes a comment about it. They're saying that if something is very fast, if something happens like a second or 10 seconds right after something is posted, it's probably a bot. So that was the other thing. So if you're always wondering, like, how do they comment so fast so I'm not the first comment, you have these phones that are like right over, they just connected to, they're waiting for somebody to post something and they just send the comment right away. So that's another thing. So, all right, with that being said, I hope everyone's doing well, everyone's staying safe. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.